Guys, it's new pen day again. I bought this pen a couple of weeks ago and loved it so much that I went back to get it in a different color. So this is the, let me see if I can get it all right because it's a very long name. It's a Sailor 1911 Profit Pro Color. I'm going to mispronounce this one, so we'll just spell it Shikiori, and they do 4 season pens. So this is the Night Cherry Blossom. And I went back and got another one. This one is Frosty Night, I believe. It's a little hard to tell because there isn't any real packaging on here. And I did buy these off of Amazon. So the Night Cherry Blossom, I want to say was $39. And this one was $37. So not like super cheap pens, but also not break your bank pens. And honestly, the reason I love this so much is because I'm a fine tip girly and it writes pretty much the same as my Sailor Pro Gear that has a gold nib. And I just love that feeling. It has that characteristic feedback that a Sailor has. So if you're wondering if you're going to like a Sailor Pro Gear, but you don't want to spend $300 to figure it out, I highly suggest these. I know other places carry them. It was just these particular colors. I didn't see anybody have them in stock, and that's kind of why I went with Amazon. So inside here, I mean, obviously it's all packaged like your Sailor pens normally are. I believe from how I'm ordering these, Sailor has a store on Amazon, so I go directly to them and order from them. So I'm pretty sure this is coming directly from Sailor, and it comes with all of your typical paperwork in here. It's just all in Japanese, so I can't read it. The one thing that I did see in here that I thought was really fascinating is this one, because I really wish I knew what this said, because it feels like from the pictures that they're saying when you buy a pen that they're planting a tree to kind of, continue that cycle. And if that's the case, I think that's really cool. So there is that. And then when you get the pen, sorry, we'll put all my paperwork to the side here. This is what it looks like inside the box. I did do a speed unboxing of this one, but we're going to go into more detail about it. So inside here, you do get 2 ink cartridges. These are, I believe, Sailor Black ink, just very typical ink cartridges. And then you have the pen. There's nothing else really inside here. A lot of times this paperwork would normally be underneath. I'm not sure why it wasn't, but it's fine. It's still in there, so that's all I care about. But here's the amazingness. So inside here, and it is sealed. So let's go ahead and open it with my itty bitty scissors. And you can really see all of the sparkle and just amazingness to this. It's got like this micro sparkle to it. So it's not like an in-your-face, like Banu sparkle, but it is so pretty. And it comes with like the little clip that you always see in like the stationery stores of like the UPC and everything. So we're just going to slip that off. And has a nice white cap. The other one did as well. I think that's part of this series. It's kind of a pearlescent up there. And then you have a beautiful, beautiful clip here. I think this is the same. Well, oh, it's a little simpler than the Pro Gear clip. I was just comparing them. The Pro Gear has, a little bit more detail to it. This is a little simpler. And then you have the nice gold band here. And everything, it does twist off. And there's your body. These are really comfortable for me. You do have some threads here. They're not sharp. I hardly even notice them, to be honest. You have a little gold ring right down here. Now, the one drawback to this pen is it does not come with a converter. So you're just getting your cartridges. If you already have a Sailor pen, you already have a converter. You can also buy converters. I I'm going to purchase one. I haven't as of yet. So I'm going to go look up how much they are, and I will insert it here so you have that information. But they're pretty easy to come by. And here's something else that I discovered with these pens. So if you do have a Sailor Pro Gear, so say you love this nib, but maybe you don't love the translucentness, maybe you want a more tapered body for the month, you can actually switch these out. And they totally switch. I mean, I probably won't because that one's silver and this one's gold. But you can totally do this if you want to use that gold nib instead or something. I'm not sure if you can just buy this part of the unit, but you can kind of switch it up and get some other looks and feels. I actually think that that could be a really cool combination. This doesn't have the glitter that or the sparkle that this body does. As far as feel of materials, this is probably a little lighter, maybe a cheaper plastic than the Pro Gear or acrylic, whatever you want to call it. But they feel similar, but they are very, very fine writers, which I love. The nibs look amazing. So you have that classic Sailor anchor on there. You have the detail work on each side of here and everything. Very, very fine point. I know the Sailor nibs are made different than other nibs. I'm still learning, so I don't feel comfortable going into all the details of how that is, but they are very unique nibs. So it is a steel nib. I don't know the nib size exactly. I did try to look it up. I believe the Sailor Pro Gears are a number 5 size nib or equivalent, and I think they're about the same, but I couldn't find verification. So if you guys happen to know, let me know down in the comments. But I do think they're similar in size. This might be a little bit smaller. So maybe if this is a 5, this might be a 4. But it could be a difference in a medium fine versus a fine as well. So let me know what you guys think on that front. But it writes very similar to my Pro Gear, which is a gold nib. The biggest difference that I found having played around with the other pen is that this one doesn't have quite as much give to it. It's more of a stiffer writing experience, which I don't mind. It gives you very precise lines when you're writing. So if that's something that is really beneficial to you, if you like a super, super sharp mechanical pencil, I feel like you would like this. Before I put any ink in this, I did want to give you some size comparisons just so you can kind of decide if the size is going to be right for you. The first is a Pro Gear Slim. So it is a little bit longer than a Slim, at least capped. I also have here a TWSBI Diamond 580 because I feel like a lot of people have TWSBIs, so I feel like it's a good reference. Reference point. So the TWSBI capped is a little bit longer. Then I also have an Esterbrook here. This is an Esterbrook SD. This I feel like is substantially longer. It also feels larger around. This is a rather slim pen in my opinion as far as diameter. I also have a Pilot Vanishing Point just to give you an idea. Now it's slightly slimmer than the Vanishing Point, but not much I think. So Vanishing Point's a little bit longer. And the last one I pulled out was an Esterbrook JR, which is their kind of pocket pen, and it is slightly larger than the JR is. As far as uncapped goes, let's take a look. So next to the Pro Gear uncapped, the new pen is a little bit longer. Compared to the Esterbrook JR, it is, I would say, roughly the same size, honestly. So if you like this size, but you want a more sleek appearance and a much cheaper price, this might be the way to go. I do think it's only offered in fine, perhaps medium as well, but I've only seen it in fine. Then we have the TWSBI. I suspect this will be quite a bit longer. Yeah, substantially longer. I'm not going to do the vanishing point uncapped because it really doesn't make a big difference. And here is the Estabrook. That's an SD next to it. All right, I went ahead and inked it up with Estabrook's Bungee Box Collaboration Kingfisher. I haven't used this yet in a pen, so I'm excited to see how it writes. And I think the color combination is going to be really nice. Now I'm going to log it in my fountain pen journal. In case you haven't seen this, I set this up at the beginning of the year. It's a Hobonichi cousin that I've converted into my ink journal. If you guys want to see an update on how this is going, because it's a lot of fun, let me know, because I'm really, really enjoying it. All right, let's go ahead and write down our details about our new pen. So, oh, actually, let's zoom you in quite a bit so you can see. There we go. And you can see just how fine and delicate that line is. We can measure it in a minute. So I'm going to put new pen. Sailor. Color. It's a very, very long name. I do wonder what the difference between this one and the 1911 are, if it's just the nib or if there's more to it than that. I'm gonna have to look into that. If you guys know, let me know though. This is SH IKIORI. And this is Frosty Night, which I think is a great name for it. Especially with that like tiny bit of twinkle, it feels just like, you know, when the frost is on everything and everything just sparkles. And we've inked with the Estabrook I do wonder how this collaboration worked, if they made the ink and Estabrook made the made the pen. If this is really a Bungee Box, I think that's how you say it. It's evidently a very big brand over in Japan, so I think that's really cool. King, and I know I capitalize weird. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I think it's something to do with my ADHD and my dyslexia, that I'll just randomly capitalize letters or switch from from printing to cursive, and like my brain doesn't even recognize that I switched. I feel like it's kind of like people when they're mad, how they switch, like if they're English isn't their first language, they may switch back and forth between English and whatever their initial language was. I've seen that happen a few times. So, okay, Kingfisher. And then my initial thoughts on this one. It's a beautiful pen. We're gonna see. Has an amazing fine point and very smooth. So it can be smooth but still give you feedback. I feel like that's where we are with this pen. As far as our line width, let's go ahead and see. Because I cannot draw a straight line without something for assistance. Let's go ahead and use my ruler here Just want to make sure. So that's our line. So you can kind of see how fine and delicate. It almost looks like it is a little bit thinner at the end. But I have this Dominant Industries little gauge that I picked up to show me what line widths are. And my guess would be this is the tiniest you can go, like 0.2. Yeah, I feel like it's more 2 than 2.5, but it's a little hard to see. You guys kind of have a better view than me, so I might look a little closer, but I feel like I can see just a little bit of the blue line at some spot. Oh, yeah, I'm not sure. What do you guys think? 2 or 2.5? Either way, it's really tiny, and I love that. Oh, there's a hair of mine. Sorry. And then as far as wetness and flow, let's see. So I've seen people do wetness by essentially doing this and that. So not a super wet writer, which not surprising in the least. As far as keeping up though with the flow, it seems to do just fine. And all the normal like strokes seem really smooth. I just can't write. I don't know why I can't do this backward angle very well, but I can't. So anyhow, that is everything I have for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think of this new pen. I know a lot of people go against buying on Amazon. If I could find it in a place other than Amazon, I would. I just hadn't seen it in stock anywhere. So this one was $37, I think, and the other one was $39. There's a couple of other colorways in the, well, it's 4 seasons. So I might end up getting the other 2 colorways. I haven't decided because for $40, if I can have all 4, I think that might be kind of fun. So anyhow, that's all I have for today. Let me know your thoughts, and until next time, I'll see you real soon.